To promote my new flower shop, I had one place print my business cards, another print my brochures, and a third, my signs. Now my roses aren't red, my violets aren't blue, my geraniums look dead, and I don't know what to do.
Staples can help your business stand out with signs, banners, and brochures that are a true reflection of your company. And now at Staples, spend $50 or more on print and marketing services and get $5 off your next in-store purchase.
Now my business is blossoming, and I'm spending less green.
Exclusions apply. In-store only. Ends 6/23/18.
Blog Talk Radio.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, Executive Producer of the Female Solution Radio Show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Здравствуйте. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, Bonjour. In Spain, Hola. In Italy, Ciao. In Egypt, Ahlan wa sahlan. In Ghana, Akwaba. In Nigeria, Peleo. In South Africa, Sawubona. In Senegal, Nangadef. In Kenya, Jambo. In Israel, Shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all.
Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed, into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness sessions on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution, Mondays, 7:30 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit ZeldaSpeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of mindfulness on higher learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. And thanks for listening.
Grand Rising. We thank you once again for being a part of this program. Today, we are grateful that you have chosen to join us on this Monday morning and have chosen to share your thoughts as we once again begin a wonderful week here on planet Earth. That's where we are. Well, today we're going to hear from our good friend Lionel Abdul Haaque on Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks as he addresses that very controversial remark made by Kanye West regarding slavery. Kanye West, during an interview, made the remark slavery was a choice based on the fact that African American people had endured it for 400 years. Why did it take so long? Well, it must have been a choice. Well, that remark upset quite a few people. And because there were those who felt that he was minimizing the impact of the enslavement and was holding those who were responsible faultless and putting the blame on the enslaved, many people have responded to those remarks. But today, on Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks, we're going to take a deeper look into what was said and the entire issue. So we want you to call in 515-25 and express your thoughts as we take a break on our 7:30 mark and bring in our Monday host, Zelda Speaks, with our guest today, Lionel Abdul Haaque of Community Cultivations. In the meantime, of course, for many of you who have not been keeping abreast of all of the discussions surrounding this issue, there's also a point of view that we need to let the whole slavery issue go, that we've been obsessing about it for too long, and that there are no living people that experienced enslavement. Everybody's grandparents and so forth, great-grandparents who might have been born in slavery, they are now deceased. And we've had the black president of the United States. And we have all of these black millionaires, people who are financially well-to-do. We have produced enough people with enough money to buy our way out of whatever economic situation we are in. So if we're still in poverty, it's nobody's fault but our own. There is that point of view, that we have everything we need to change our condition right now. So why are we still harping on the enslavement period? There is that point of view that's been expressed by a number of people who feel that our continuous looking back is keeping us from going forward. And then there's the other point of view. There is the reparations philosophy, the belief that there are damages that should be paid, just as when you sue someone in court and the court awards you damages, they award you money to compensate for your loss. There has been an ongoing push for us to address the damages of slavery, the effects of it that are still lingering psychologically, emotionally, socially, and above all, economically, that have kept an entire group of people from advancing, even though the Emancipation Proclamation was issued that officially ended the enslavement as a legal form of retaining people to work and not paying them. So those that feel that the losses have yet to be paid have been pushing for reparations. And many felt that during the time we had an African-American president
that should have been top on the agenda, but of course in 8 years it was never brought up. So once again, whose fault is that? Some have said, well, President Barack Obama could have issued an executive order. He could have made things happen. He could have encouraged it to be introduced in Congress. He could have done these things, but oh well. So here we are, over 100 years later, still upset about slavery. And Kanye West said, well, we were enslaved in America for 400 years. That long, there's been a choice. So people who have been upset with Mr. West and some of his behaviors that they have felt have been outrageous have found this latest statement to be offensive. We tend to judge people who have a lot of money and fame rather harshly if they say something that goes against opinion or they do something that is not widely acceptable. But how bound are people just because they have money and fame to be politically correct? How bound are they? How responsible should we make them? Why are we holding them to standards? We want them to speak as if they are scholars or deep thinkers or political activists or socially conscious individuals simply because they entertain us and we pay them money and we pay them a lot of money to entertain us, and therefore they have wealth that they can spend. Why are we expecting, because we have provided them a lot of wealth for entertaining us, that they should also have the political consciousness that we believe a person should have if they are in a position of influence because of their economic gain? Why are we expecting that? That says something about our thinking. He's a person who entertains, and we have paid him to entertain, and he has a lot of money. Why would we then want to put him in a position of spokesperson simply because he has made a lot of money as an entertainer? We have to look at ourselves. But we're going to go to our phone line and get your comments. 515-605-9325. Press 1 when you are ready to speak. And if you're on our switchboard, you can press 1 at any moment you have a thought. And if you are listening online and want to join this conversation, give us a call, 515-605-9325, and press 1. So we've got a couple of callers on the line about Kanye West and his statement, slavery was a choice. Did it have some merit? Should people have been angry? Is he misguided? Or are we misguided for expecting him to speak in a manner that indicates a level of political and social consciousness simply because he's an entertainer that we have paid and enabled to amass a lot of money? Maybe it's us that has the problem. Well, let's go to our phone lines and talk to, I believe we've got Mr. Andrew Nelson on the line. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on the Female Solution and Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks. Go right ahead with your comment.
Yes, thank you, Sister Naima. You know, I didn't observe Kanye West invoke those words cited here or the context of it, but I'm of the impression that he's not really presidential material and that I'm better suited for that position than he is. Actually, there's been talk of changing the Vice President Mike Pence in 2020 and putting a black person on that ticket, and I am that man. And by the way, I just wrote on this Monday, May 7th, 2018, to a Republican congressman from West Virginia, Alexander X. Mooney, pursuant to House Resolution 5404, defining the dollar as a fixed weight of gold, presupposes and thereby requires a thorough physical audit of the Federal Reserve to ascertain the overall quantity of gold inventoried within the U.S. Monetary Gold Reserve, an asset of the Global Debt Facility, held in trust for the benefit of humanity as a matter of law. If today's price of gold is $1,300, 1 gram of gold is worth about $46. If I were authorized to speak on behalf of the president, I would tell the American people that I, along with this presidential administration, intend to do everything in my power to prepare all of us financially challenged people to own some of this gold. And to this end, we instruct the U.S. Treasury to issue aurum, A-U-R-U-M, which means gold in Latin, gold embossed paper money with 1 gram of gold in the first species of Harriet Tubman $20 bills, subsequent iterations in 1/10 and 1/20 grams U.S. notes for the $2 and $1 bills respectively. Every U.S. citizen, beginning with those receiving less than $20,000 a year, shall receive their $20 Tubman U.S. note as a sign of good faith and trust in the United States' new gold-backed currency. As a tax incentive for the rich, let's find some creative way for them to foot the bill so we can begin printing these Tubmans right away, so the American people start believing in the United States government again. Let's partner with Valorum Inc. and put these gold embossed $20 U.S. notes into circulation already, exclamation point. I wrote that less than 20 hours ago, actually less than an hour ago. This testifies of my active engagement and my mindfulness about what needs to happen in this country.
Well, I say to all of you who have indicated your intentions to run for public office, we know the method that is required, and show us that you're serious. Get the petitions, get them signed, get on the ballot, and then people can hear your ideas in open forum along with other candidates. So anyone who says they're running for office, you need to show us that you're serious enough to go through the process and get on the ballot. So, my dear brother, you've got brilliant ideas. Take the steps to get on the ballot and actually run so that you will have the platform as a candidate to be able to expound and the public can hear you. That's my recommendation. And, of course, on Sundays on Woman to Woman with Wanda Carter, we are in the midst of a political education series and helping people to understand the process of voting, of running for office, and what each office does, because many people really don't know. And there are a lot of intelligent people in our community that could make great candidates, have wonderful ideas. But there is a method of running. We started out talking about the Electoral College, which is what actually elects the president, and a lot of people don't know that. You know, what it takes in order to win electoral votes if one is going to seriously run for the office of the presidency. And we even talked about the rule change that made it possible for Barack Obama to win. And that rule change happened as a consequence of Reverend Jesse Jackson running for office. And so it enabled, and so once his candidacy brought to light the fact that when a candidate is running and wins a certain percentage of votes in a state, rather than a winner-take-all scenario, what they had before, that each candidate should get their percentage of electoral votes that they have won based on the popular vote. So, a lot of these things that have happened that enable a regular person, such as yourself, not necessarily a career politician, but someone who could run and get on the ballot. I think that it's necessary for anybody who's saying they want to make a change to politics to go through the process and get on the ballot, and then have the forum that you need to expound on all of these ideas that could conceivably have a major impact and make a change. So, my brother, I challenge you to do that, so that when the next time you say you're running for something, that you're saying, and I got my petition that I want people to sign to get me on the ballot. Okay?
Well, I just want to thank you. I'm very grateful for this opportunity to have said what I just said, and I'd be honored to be on any television broadcast that anyone would have anywhere in or around Chicago, because I have a message and the people need to hear it.
Well, all right. Well, thank you so much for sharing it with us today on Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks. And continue to make it a mindful day. Talk to you soon. Thanks so much for calling. We're going to take another call before we take a break, and I believe we've got Brother Kofi on the line. Grand Rising, thank you so much for joining us today.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I'm here. Yeah. What's the brother's name? Andrew. I saw him standing in Hyde Park running for mayor 2 weeks ago. Andrew, come on, man. The presidency is elected, not elected. Now let's get back to this Kanye situation. Kanye is a puppet to the system. He's being used right now by Donald Trump. Have you seen him met with Donald Trump? You remember that? Let's look at what's happening. Trump makes a 400-year big deal. We haven't been enslaved for 400 years. We've been enslaved for 250. We're 150 years later. Slavery ended in the 1800s. So right there, he was incorrect. Now, President Trump goes over to Ghana, does a deal with President Nana. You hear about that? About a month ago. Okay. Now they're trying to call us immigrants. They put 10 military bases in Ghana. Okay. Now they're trying to get us to become immigrants. Now they're trying to say we're immigrants. We're from Africa. That's why I've been yelling and screaming. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're from here. There's a game going on. Okay. All these false news try to get us fear and live in America. And now black people are doing what? Man, I want to go back to Africa. They got us thinking like that. Am I right? Aren't black people thinking about getting away out of America? Aren't we trying to move out these inner cities? Aren't they pressuring us? Okay, it's a game to remove us from America, just like they did Liberia. When they sent us to Liberia, they're about to send us to Ghana. If you call yourself an immigrant or black, they're going to say, what is that? What protection is the color black or identity black? People don't know. Well, I'm African-American. Okay, send your butt back to Ghana.
You know, I always ask people
what's going on.
Say they are going to do something. Who is the they that we envision has this all power to remove people or make them go anywhere? Who is this all powerful they that we imagine exists?
The colonizers. I
think we do this.
The colonizers
because we've had the experience of the collective abuse, and so we're still believing that there is a power that can make this happen, and yet we look at all of the people that are in the government, that are in the police force, that are elected officials, that are religious leaders, all of these people that are in leadership positions that are African American. How are we still believing that there is a force that can make things happen without our consent and we're powerless to do anything? Why are we still believing that?
The police system is privatized now. You agree?
In some places.
Okay, well, that's scary. That's scary. That means the police and the guns are in the hands of my neighbors or somebody who I don't even know. We can't vet. We can't look at. That's why we're trying to monitor the police, because it's privatized now. Okay? These are Confederate people. Psalms 83 says they will become confederate against you. and they are becoming a confederate against us, and black people are getting on that side saying, yeah, kick them out as well. Black people are behind this as well. They're orchestrating this thing. And I'm going to bring it to you. Kanye West is a puppet. He is used to make these statements to get us riled up. He know what he was doing when he was on TMZ. He apologized. Oh, did I make you mad? Get your sissy butt out of here, Kanye West. Okay? Now, I'm sorry to call him like that, but this thing, man, it's getting out of hand. It's all. I'm telling you, I know what he is. I know what he dating. He's dating a drag queen, Kardashian. That's a man. Okay? I know the game. These people, part of the Illuminati, part of the elite, are trying to remove us from America. Okay? That's why they're attacking me. I'm being attacked on all levels, telling me to shut up, stay in my place. Because I'm out here singing like I'm Indian. I'm wearing feathers in my hair, performing for the people, showing them my culture. Now I got black women coming at me saying, I'm Indian too. Come on, sister. We're waking up and realizing. And then if we get to that point, understanding that this is our land, that we're from here, that they played a game on us, talk about they brought ships to come bring us from Africa. Tell me one thing, Naima. Have you ever been on a slave ship? Because we can find bones 100 million years ago, right? Why you can't find no slave ships?
Well,
it's a game on us. You find bones everywhere. Million years. You can find stuff million years ago.
Not only do slave ships still exist, but the slave castles, and people have visited them. They've seen the ships.
Okay, those are ports.
Noah's Ark.
Those are ports. All that's a game. All that's anything they told us, put it in reverse. They took us from Africa and brought us to Central Africa and brought us to Northern America to South America. They were shipping us here and back and forth to Europe. They came here and brought us out of America and shipped us other places. They're not going to bring those 50 million people from Africa. It's impossible.
Who are the they? Who are the they that's done any of this? Because anything that's been done, it comes down to a person, an individual, a name, someone who's traceable. So one of the things that we did in our book, Slavery, the African American Psychic Trauma, was pinpoint the companies that were formed that paid for the building of the ships and sold stock in those enslavement companies so they could raise the funds. And we also have documented the governments that participated. So everything that is historic is documentable based on these people, the individuals who make those choices and take those actions. And then the physical reality still exists. The jails and the slave castles and the places of confinement and the blood on the floors, a lot of those physical signs still exist. But let me ask you this question before we make our transition.
Because of what you just said, Naima, because of what you just said, you're about to get evicted, millions of people out of America, because you just said that. They're a sign.
So my question to you is, since we know that the native people were in mass were actually evicted from their lands and moved to areas where food did not grow and there was no hunting, and they've been, in many cases, confined to these areas and have developed many things such as alcoholism, diabetes, and so forth as a result of being removed from the land of their birth and where they function. Since that happened, claiming Native heritage will have what impact in empowering people if those who are recognized as Native people have been disempowered? How would that change things?
First thing, it heals you mentally. I'm healed mentally. So if I'm hearing all these stories about them bringing on boat, that don't even touch me because it's not true. I'm connected to the earth. I'm eating off the plants of the earth. I'm connected. I'm an islander now. When I go to work, I ask these people, why are they asking me where should they invest their money? You know what they say to me? Aren't you an islander? I go, oh, you know who I am, but we don't know. We become islanders. You become again whole again, away from all these lies that they have spoken. White people are even saying it now. You guys are from here. There are American pyramids all over in Kentucky, in the Mississippi. It was called the Mississippi Nile River, the Mississippi Valley. It's like the Nile Valley. Both of them got cities on it called Memphis on it. How ironic. How is that? It's a blueprint of Africa right here in America. See,
well,
from me knowing I'm native, now I can put it together and get it's a mental restoration. That's the big thing that I experienced and other people are experiencing as well. They're getting out this mental. They're getting out this mental thing where another brother can't tell me he's from Africa. I talked to a brother yesterday who was arguing up and down, and I gave him a couple points. I said, have you ever met any black people out of all these million people in America saying, hey, man, I found my family in Africa? Have you, Naima? Have you heard one person say, I found my family? Not
well,
one.
Alex Haley was pretty famous in having done that. Yes.
You know
but
what?
Anyway, we've got
that was not his book. That was not his book.
We got to take a break now. And one of the reasons for the Root series was to help many reconnect emotionally and psychologically with Africa. But we appreciate your comments, brother. We always appreciate your comments. Identity. How much does the land base of your ancestors have to do with who you are as a soul? And is that the strength upon which you base your self-esteem? Or should it be something beyond that? Well, we're going to take a break and come back, and you will hear from our dear sister Zelda Speaks and her guest Lionel Abdul Haaque on Kanye West and his remark that slavery was a choice. So we'll be right back after this quick break. And if you're listening online and want you to join the conversation, give us a call, 515-605-9325, and press 1 so we know you have something to say. We'll be right back, so stay with us.
Do you want to live in a world without war? Join our global peace movement. Heavenly Culture World Peace Restoration of Light transcends culture, religion, ideology, and other boundaries to achieve peaceful harmony in the global society. HWPL is committed to bringing world peace and cessation of war through peaceful dialogue between religious groups. I am Director Shin-Suk Kim of the HWPL Chicago branch of North America. Join us for our next gathering. Call 773-580-1501 and be a part of the movement for world peace. Email us at chicagohwpl@gmail.com.
Are you constantly arguing with your spouse? Are your children misbehaving and acting out? Is someone in your family abusing drugs? Have you been the victim of domestic violence? Are you grieving over the loss of a loved one? Let us help you restore serenity to your life. At Serenity Family Social Services, we understand that good mental health is the result of emotional well-being. Our goal is to assist you and your family in removing emotional distress and restoring harmony and balance to your lives. We offer individual, couples, and family counseling. I'm Howard Williams, CEO of Serenity Family Social Services. Call us today at 312-315-4820. That's 312-315-4820.
You are tuned in to the Soulful Chicago Book Fair 2020 Vision Fundraising Campaign. That's right. You can support the vision of reviving Black literary excellence in this city by simply taking your $20 or more and donating it on our website. Visit www.soulfulchicagobookfair.com and click the Donate tab on our homepage, or give us a call at 646-359-6605, and we welcome you, helping us breathe literary life into the South Side of Chicago.
What happens when a group of people are kidnapped from their homes, smuggled away in chains, and held captive in a foreign land where they are tortured, raped, and forced to perform hard labor by the lash of a whip and under the constant threat of death. Slavery, the African American psychic trauma. What happened to the doctors, writers, scientists, builders, educators, and spiritual leaders from Africa's golden age? Who did they really capture and sell into slavery? Are all African Americans suffering from psychic trauma because of a conspiracy to hide their true identities? Do you have psychic trauma? Take the test on page 22 of the book and see. Order it online today at www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com, and get your personally autographed copy of the book, Slavery, the African American Psychic Trauma.
Rising, and good morning to you and yours. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning on Blog Talk Radio, the Female Solution. How you learn with Zelda Speaks. Welcome to your Monday morning mindfulness. Start your week off with a mindfulness stress relief session. As you can see, today's topic, if you just joined us, how slavery was a choice, as stated by Kanye West on TMC. And a very special thank you to executive producer Naima Latif for starting the conversation off this morning. If you're listening online, you can send in your questions or comments. If you can't get through, you can always join us on Facebook, Zelda Speaks, as well as Twitter and Instagram, Periscope, and all the others. Today's trivia prizes include the Innovative Mindfulness Breakthrough System audio program and the Mindfulness Stress Relief 21-Day Home Practice Manual. You can win that if you can tell us what show this comment was made on. And that trivia is available to you if you're listening online as well as if you're listening via the internet. And do keep in mind that we are always looking for health ambassadors if you'd like to make money assisting others, improving the quality of their health, specifically when it comes to reversing type 2 diabetes. And more information is at diabeticdonut.com. And we're also always looking for people who like to shop, listening from Amazon while you're out there shopping and go trading. We've helped organizations, for-profit and non-profit. We help you too. And be sure and set those VCRs. I keep saying VCRs, and this is a new day, a new age. Set those DVRs for the Higher Learning Network. Tuesdays 6, Wednesdays at 1 on Channel 18, and 24/7 on the World Wide Web. HigherLearningNetwork.org. Simply click on HLN TV in the upper left-hand corner. As we begin our day with inspiration and information, today is taken from today's mindfulness read, is taken from Inspirational Conversations, Volume 2, with Shalom Israel, a.k.a. Zelda Speaks, and is taken not from today's date, but May 9th. And it says, ever taken the time to think about how different your life would be if you were tougher? If you were tougher on yourself, your children, at your job, or anyone that you thought you were responsible for? You've heard the phrase, tough love, haven't you? Now that I think about it, it's really not about being tough. It's about being trained. You can train your mind simply by opening yourself to the possibilities with as little as 5-second reminders throughout the day that you are a soldier for life in the war on negativity. Try this. Write something positive on a post note, a 3x5 index card in your wallet, your lunch bag, or the computer. When you begin to consistently, did you hear that? When you to consistently remind yourself, despite negative appearances, you don't book a psalm or a song. You will know that the guiding force within you is there to help you. Remember, it's not necessarily about being tough. It's about being trained. And that's what this show is all about, to help you to understand and to train your mind, to reprogram your subconscious. We are all in with a lot of fear, anger, doubt, shame, and the list goes on. And we so easily lash out at each other because it takes the focus off of the individual and puts on. So that's why we're here, to reprogram our subconscious mind. And we begin by doing that with meditation. And for most of us, we don't take the time, or say we don't have the time, but we have the same amount of time as anyone on the planet. So let's take the next few minutes and just do our morning mindfulness breathing session so that we can get some clarity in our lives and move forward and be the very best that we can be for this day here, because tomorrow's is not promised. So let us begin. Let us become still. Close our eyes. Sitting up straight in our chair. If you're lying down, that's okay too, but try to stay awake. As your feet are flat on the floor, nothing in your hand, nothing in your lap, and nothing in your heart but love. Love for the breath, the energy that is re-vibrating and re-energizing and moving through your being. So what we will do is begin the process of inhaling to the count of 6, hold it, and exhale. And if possible, we'll try and breathe through our nose. And as we are breathing, we will focus on the breath. You can focus on your chest rising and deflating as you exhale. So let us begin to the count of 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. And exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And continue counting to yourself. Inhale deeply. And as you feel your chest expand, every time you breathe in, you are breathing in the goodness that awaits you this day, because this is the only day that you have. Because tomorrow is never guaranteed. Someone in your family, in your circle, in your job, in church, in your organization, someone just took their last breath, and you didn't even know it. So continue to breathe not only for them, but for yourself. Because this breath cannot be taken for granted, because one day it will also be your last breath. And you just give thanks for the breath that you breathe. As you inhale deeply, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold it. And exhale, releasing all negativity, all thoughts of lack, limitation, fear. Inhale deeply, bringing in the goodness of God and what is in store for this dynamite day for you. And exhale, releasing fear, shame, condemnation, negativity. continue to breathe in, knowing that each breath that you breathe is circulating and vibrating positive eons and the millions and billions of cells that it takes for your cells to send messages to parts of your body, your brain, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the throat. Each breath that you breathe regenerates. Do you feel the energy that is flowing in your body? Chances are you cannot, but with the breath, at least you are aware of it. Inhale deeply. And give thanks to the spine, the spleen, the stomach, the liver, the lungs. You give thanks that they are all working in divine order with the divine creator that has given us another breath today because there's more work to do. We are not here on this planet to work someone else's dream. We are here to work on our own dreams, the dream that has been given from the Creator for the very special work that you have been given to do. It is your assignment to make this place a better place to live, and it can only be a better place if you participate. Beginning with the breath, inhale deeply, knowing that as you exhale and release all negativity, all doubt, all fear, all anger, all confusion, as you inhale hope, knowing that despite all appearances of whatever is going on in your life at this present time, it is simply a breath away from true reality. It is simply a guiding force, a direction for you to take for this day to remind you that there is greatness within you. You are the bomb.com. To quote Kitten Gray, you are the bomb. You are the best that you can possibly be this day because you have been given another day to breathe, to inhale deeply. Take a long, deep breath. As you exhale, know that the excitement of the day does not begin to appear until you arrive, because you are just that powerful. You have the power. You were born with the power. And as you release that power with each and every inhale and exhale that you take, know that you are at the right place at the right time doing the right thing. As you inhale deeply, hold it, and exhale, releasing all that is not well in your world. You give thanks for the lessons that the people and the places and the things that confront you on a daily basis. Give thanks for them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As they are only here to teach us lessons to move us in the right direction. Repeat to yourself, I am always at the right place at the right time. 2 of the most powerful words on the planet. I am. These are the words that give you energy energy and propel you in the direction that you so choose to walk. Inhale deeply. I am happy. I am healthy. I am whole and complete. It does not matter if the body is in pain, if the body is in shock, if the body feels out of sort. You tell each and every moving muscle, tendon, fiber, and cell in your body to change its course by repeating the words, I am happy. Say it out loud like you mean it. I am healthy. Say it out loud like you just won the $1 million lottery. I am whole and complete. Say it out loud. Give those words to the universe, knowing that the universe only gives you back what you give it in directions. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And exhale. I am happy. I am healthy. I am whole and complete. Inhale deeply. Giving thanks for the breath. And exhale. I am happy. I am healthy. I am whole and complete. I am a child of the universe. I am a child of God, of the Creator, that I choose to call whatever I choose to call it. God, Allah, Yahweh, Jesus, Jehovah, Spirit, Universal One, the Creator, my blessing. Inhale deeply. And exhale, giving thanks, knowing that you are perfect. You are whole and complete, just like God made you. Despite what they tell you, despite the diagnosis that you've been given, you are more than that. The diagnosis came to remind you, of the work that must be done in your body, in your life, in your circle, in your sphere. Inhale deeply. And exhale. As you continue to breathe in and out. As you continue to breathe, know that every breath you take is revitalizing and recirculating and re-energizing the being that you call you for the work that you have to do on this planet. And as you give thanks, take one long, deep inhale deeply and hold it. And as you exhale, bring your head forward, chin touching chest, and then we begin the process of circling your head to the left very slowly, bending the head over to the left and slowly around to the back. And please slow down. You're moving way too fast. Yes, that's you. You should just be getting to the back. As you feel your head rotate to the right in very, very, very small increments. You should just be getting over to the right and slowly bringing the head around back to the front, chin to chest, and now reversing, bringing the head to the right, slowly, slowly, slowly. You should just be getting the head to the back, slowly, slowly, slowly over to the left in very small increments. Slowly, slowly, bringing it around to the right and center. Chin to chest, head up. Take a long, deep breath. Inhale deeply. And exhale, looking to your left as far as the head will go. and looking to your right as far as the head will go. And taking another long, deep breath. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And exhale. And just take a few more breaths, repeating to yourself, I am happy. I am healthy. I am whole and complete. No matter what they say, I need nothing and no one but this breath right here, right now. Because each and every other thing that I need is automatically supplied to me, especially when I am open and receptive to it. And I give thanks that all my needs and desires are over and abundantly supplied. I have everything I need right here, right now. There is nothing that I need that I don't already have. And if it is something that I need in the physical realm, I can use my mind and my breath and this breathing exercise to make it become reality. Because it is in the breath that life lives. It is in the breath that when we take the quiet time to become still, all the answers will appear. It is in the breathing that will calm us down when we are attacked mentally and emotionally. We will not react to that attack. We will respond with breath, with breathing, to find a corner somewhere and turn the phone off, turn the radio off, turn the TV off, turn the world off, and take a long, deep breath. Inhale deeply. And give thanks. And one more time, repeat to yourself, I am happy, I am healthy, I am whole and complete. And so it is. Now as you slowly open your eyes, your body should feel electric, re-energized, and on fire for the work that you have been put here to do this day. Remember, it's not about a job, it's not about getting money, and it's not about anything else but doing your own assignment for the assignment that you have been given. And if you don't know what that assignment is, spend a few more times each day in 5-minute increments just breathing and asking the universe for direction. And it will come. And you simply say thank you, even if you don't have it, because thank you opens up the door for more. So thank you, and thank you, my viewing and listening audience, for tuning in this morning for Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks, your Monday morning mindfulness. So take this with you throughout the day. When you're having a challenge, find you some quiet space. It's a lot outside in Chicago. Find some sun, find a tree, find a beach, find a corner somewhere, and just breathe. And if you're in the midst, if you're in the office, in the school, and you're around a lot of people, and people start to get on your nerves, just breathe on them, honey. Keep some garlic and some onion with you. You'll be just fine, trust me. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed that experience. If you have, please leave your comments or suggestions on my YouTube page, my Facebook page, Zelda Speaks, and if you need more information, inspiration, always contact me there at zelda@zeldaspeaks.com. You can also go to my YouTube page, Zelda Speaks Mindfulness, and enjoy some of the techniques there and some of the people who have enjoyed this experience. And the next experience that we'll be having coming up in the 8 o'clock hour is with my very special guest. The very first Monday in every month is Brother Lionel Abdul Haaque from Community Cultivations. And if you'd like to join the conversation, please do so by calling in at 515-605-9325. And remember to press 1 to speak. And as we go to a commercial break in the 8 o'clock hour, we'll be joined by Lionel, so you stick close. And we'll be back with more of your Monday morning mindfulness right here on The Female Solution. And thanks for listening.
Hi, this is John Alexander.
And I'm Naima Latif. Meet people like you who are making a positive difference in the world.
Big difference.
Watch us every day on The Media Connection at www.youtube.com/The Media Connection TV.
YouTube it. We'll see you soon.
There are people who choose to make a positive difference in the world. Our job is to bring you their stories to motivate you to do the same. Join us each week, host John Alexander and Naima Latif, as we bring you the educators, entertainers, elected officials, religious leaders, and community activists whose works are transforming this world. Find out how you can make a difference too. Be inspired. Watch The Media Connection.
Mondays at 5 p.m. and Tuesdays at 12 noon on Cable TV, Channel 19 in Chicago. In other cities, check your local cable listings. Do you or your organization need space for an event? Call the Quarry Event Center at 2423 East 75th Street in Chicago for your parties, banquets, award ceremonies, repasses, concerts, and business seminars. Available 7 days a week. Now under new management. Call us at the Quarry at 773-663-2557. That's 773-663-2557.
Hi, this is Beata, your holistic life coach. Every Friday morning, I'm on The Female Solution. I'm also blogging live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Soul Purpose Healing, where I help you get back into alignment with the Creator's love, compassion, and wisdom. On Sunday, you can call in at 215-383-5863 or go to www.blogtalkradio.com/soulpurposehealing. When I'm not doing spiritual adjustments on Blog Talk Radio, I'm helping clients reduce the stress in their lives with EFT, essential oils, and cost-saving health plans like Ameriplan. Ameriplan is a better way to save money on your health care expenses. There is more information on how to contact me at www.yourholisticlifecoach.com. Till then, stay in joy.
Oh man, God sent the monthly sun bill today. This sunlight is really expensive, especially during this season. I'll probably have to work overtime to pay it.
Well, you better pay it on time. We don't want the sun to go out and we're sitting up here all day in the dark.
Wouldn't it be terrible if God charged us for sunlight? Well, thank God, the light and heat from the sun is free. So why are we paying such high bills for the energy we use in our homes? Because we don't know how to use solar energy, the free energy from the sun. You can convert your regular home to a solar energy home and save tremendously on your electric bill. Take a look at your electric bill. Wouldn't you like to reduce or possibly even eliminate that cost altogether? Let one of our solar consultants show you how. Call today, 312-849-3456, and schedule a free consultation. That's 312-849-3456.
Do you need to borrow money to buy or fix a house? Call Spartan Holdings, LLC, Real Estate Investment and Consulting. We'll help you build your individual and corporate credit so you can get the money you need to pay for whatever you want, from home improvement to business equipment. I'm John Worthy, CEO of Spartan Holdings, LLC, a veteran-owned business. Call us at 773-869-5805. Again, that's 773-869-5805, or you can reach me via email at spartanholdingsllc, the number 64, @gmail.com. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Naima Latif, executive producer of the Female Solution Radio Show. We are now a part of the online network of associated internet radio hosts, On Air. On Air is a fantastic global guide to uplifting and enlightening online shows spanning all 7 continents. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. You can participate in a conversation anywhere in the world with just a tap on your cell phone. Just go to onaireverywhere.com and tap the lines in the upper right-hand corner to get the days of the week. Tap the day of the week, then scroll down to your favorite host and tap the link to hear the show online. Or tap the phone number to call in and participate in the discussion. It's that simple. Go to onaireverywhere.com on your cell phone and hear the good news about our changing world from the global transformers. We're on air everywhere, online all the time.
Joining us here again on Female Solution, Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks. And our very special guest today is Lionel Abdul Haaque, who will be with us momentarily. But I want you to hear the video of Kanye West making the statement how slavery was a choice. And for those who have not heard it, you will hear it now. So this is what Kanye West said up in a TMZ newsroom over Trump, slavery, and free thought. So here it is.
When you hear about slavery 400 years, for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years, and oh, y'all, you know, like, it's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race. That we're the human race. Do you feel that I'm feeling? Do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free? I actually don't think you're thinking anything. I think what you're doing right now is actually the absence of thought. And the reason why I feel like that is because, Kanye, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. But there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything you do or making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius. The rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery. You said for our people was a choice. Frankly, I'm disappointed. I'm appalled. And, brother, I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something, to me, that's not real.
Now, that was a response from the co-host on TMZ, another brother. But let me allow you to hear this very brief insert from comedian D.L. Hughley.
Still talking about Kanye's statement that slavery was a choice. Let's be clear. They took men and women. They took hunters and kings and queens and farmers and lovers and brothers and sisters. They took human beings from Africa and turned them into slaves. And yes, he is right when they said that the choices were very stark. The choices were either kill myself or live. Now, millions died conservatively. Millions died during the Middle East. Millions took the choice to take their lives and decide they want to go on through this life of bondage. Even in the movie Black Panther, Killmonger said, throw me in the ocean where my people knew that it was better to be buried, to die, than to live in bondage. People took that
people that chose something else. They chose to live. They chose to suffer. They chose to go through what they had to so that we would have a chance. They chose. And so we are the result of that choice. And for us to denigrate them or to do anything other than appreciate the sacrifice they made so that we can be here right now, so that we can be free to tell jokes and insult people, you to be free to rap or to sing or to write or to be a doctor or to be a lawyer or to be a janitor or anything at all, it exists because the people that came before you made the choice to live. Live. It was a hard choice. To live in bondage, to decide your back beaten bloody, to have your wood raped, your children, you still decided to live. You know what people hate about a lot of people is the fact that we have survived things that no other being could have survived. Nothing. 26 species a day disappear from the face of the earth. Not like you. 26. The dinosaur ain't here no more. The Tyrannosaurus Rex once ruled the earth. He's in a museum, not like you. The very testament that we exist now is by the choices that the people who came before us made. They chose to live. They chose to believe that things would get better, but not them, but for people past them. They didn't get monuments, and they didn't get statues. We are the living embodiment of the choices that they made, and they shouldn't be denigrated. Slavery was never a choice, but you chose to either live or not. Aren't we glad? Aren't all of us glad that we had people who had such intestinal fortitude that they decided to go through what they... People hate us because they know that nothing they have done has killed us. Nothing they have done, we still exist. The people who tried to break us aren't here anymore. We are. The people who tried to strip everything from us aren't here anymore. We are. Now, maybe we're not where we want to be, but we're certainly a lot further than we were. And we're further than we were because people made a choice to live. And we're a result of that. I'm a result of that. You're a result of that. They didn't get a statue. Every breath you take, every word you utter, everything you do is a testament to people who made a choice to go on so that you could. And nothing in human history is more noteworthy than that. That's nothing to be ashamed of. That's something to be exalted. You didn't get a statue. You got us. That's a little note from the GED section. Jan, before we come to the visit.
Now, did you enjoy that with D.L. Hughley on choices? That slavery was a choice. What are your comments and thoughts? Let us bring to the line.
Press 1 at any time. To listen to your message, press 2. To re-record, press 3.
Let us bring on Brother Lionel Abdul Haaque of Community Cultivations. Grand Rising, Lionel. Thank you so much for joining us on the Female Solution this morning.
A little technical difficulty. We'll try to get him back.
I think Lionel we just lost the connection there, but we'd love to hear your comments and suggestions as well while we get him back on the line. You know, when how can I say this? When truth is spoken, there will be interruption from the airwaves because those that control the airwaves don't want the truth to be revealed. And as you can see, many of people in the world are in the matrix. It's like we're simply going through the motion. And motion is back online with Brother Lionel Abdul Haaque. Good morning, Lionel. Grand Rising to you. Thank you for joining us this morning, Lionel.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you for...
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, he's loud and clear. Thank you for joining us with Community Cultivations this morning. I know you have a whole new outlook on the comments by Kanye West on how slavery was a choice. What's your take on that?
Well, it's kind of mixed. The idea that slavery was the period of confinement, of imprisonment, is just the first stage of slavery. The idea that it was the period of where you have to force people, where you have to keep people in chains, is what most people associate with the period of slavery. But the reality is that slavery is mental. It's spiritual. And when the slave state exists in the person, it's no longer necessary to keep them in chains. It's no longer necessary to keep them confined. It's just like when you break a horse or train a dog. You know, once the training has been established, you don't have to worry about the animal running off or leaving. He'll do whatever you tell him to do. He'll conform to the training. And slavery, the goal of slavery was to get to the point where the slave would not run anymore. Another movie that was really popular was Django, in which Samuel L. Jones played the character of the house slave. He wasn't trying to get away. He was actually so in love with his master that he cried when the master died. This is slavery. That is what slavery is. And to say that it was voluntary is to speak to that part of the finality of slavery, when the slave wasn't trying to get away.
That's a mouthful.
So that's basically where he was coming from. It wasn't that shocking to me that he said that, because what he was speaking to was the entirety of the process, and the reality that for a good part of that time, the most recent history of Negroes in America has been a period where we did not try to leave. In fact, those who try to get us to leave, or try to even get us to turn away from the ideas that the process of slavery had instilled, is still an ongoing problem. Even the idea of us helping each other economically, or working to support people who are offering non-conventional strategies to the process or the problems that confront us. Getting people who are indoctrinated as slaves to accept anything other than what the master has put forward is counterproductive in the minds of the slave. They don't want to hear anything other than anything. If the master didn't say it, if the master is not endorsing it, they ain't going for it. I mean, even the idea of a white Jesus. The reality is that most churches still have a white man as portrayed as Jesus, even though it's a different white man. It's not the same white man. It's just a white man. Any white man can pose with light on his face, looking holy, and they can say that's Jesus. Put a black man in the same situation, and they'll say, they don't know who that is.
Well,
so this is what I think Kanye was speaking to. The reality of slavery being a state of conditioned behavior and thinking established by terrorism and fear and making that the rule for having some kind of social reality. If you follow these rules, you'll be able to have some relative peace. If you don't, we'll start rattling the chains, and the fear of going back into that will put you in your place, keep you in your place. And so people made the choice not to go back into the captivity by maintaining policies that allowed them to have some kind of relative peace. That's what slavery is. It's not the condition of. It's not the condition of of holding you in prison, although that's a big part of the modern day slavery now for people who don't want to conform to the standard anymore. If you break out of the standard of what a slave is, how a slave is supposed to act, then you will be put into the prison system. Even sometimes if you didn't do anything, you'd be put into the prison system. And this is what he was speaking to, and that issue and a lot of other issues we could point to have the same kind of response. Take, for example, the women's issue. The women's issue is a form of slavery as well, because the indoctrination that women were put under was very similar in the sense that you didn't have a choice about accepting the role that women have as sex objects, as breeders. You didn't have a choice. That was mandated as this is what your role is, woman, and this is what you're going to do. And it was established by force and indoctrination. Religiously, it was told to women that this is what your role is. You are the breeders, and you are to obey your husband, your man. And during the 60s, when the women's movement took root as right alongside the Black consciousness movement, it was about changing the way women were being portrayed as sex objects more so than it was by anything else. Women had recognized that the media, just like black people had realized, that the media was continually portraying us in these subservient, ridiculous-looking roles of happy niggas, and women as sex objects. You know, if a woman was in a commercial, she was naked. Her body was used to advertise the product that was being sold, more so than her intelligence. And that still persists today. In fact, women have abandoned the whole idea that their sexuality was being exploited and made it just an issue of economics. But the bigger problem is the disrespect that women receive as a result of being made to believe that they are sexual beings. So it's the same formula. It's the same process of forced confinement to a particular identity and then making that the norm.
And we're the ones who decide on all of that, because we all voice our opinions, and opinions are like fingers. Everybody's got them.
And they all
think. Yeah.
And they all think. That's the part that people leave out of that statement. They all quote that statement about opinions are like a-holes, but they always leave out the part about it they all think. Because opinions are not what you really want. You want to have the facts. You want to have understanding. Seek you understanding. That's the key. And when you got understanding, it's not opinion anymore. You have facts. You have the truth. And the truth will set you free.
Mm-hmm. All right now.
The
fact of the matter, we've got a caller on the line, Chrissy at 6247. Chrissy 47, Grand Rising. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, sis. Good morning, sis. Hey. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Joining in on the conversation. We both lived in the South as kids, and we know a little bit about slavery because we worked the farm. What do you think about Kanye West's comment on how slavery was a choice?
Oh, I just think Kanye is just really not focusing. I really believe he heard some Caucasian say that, and he thought that it was okay, and he repeated it. Trying to have something new to say, but it's not new at all. Kanye is just not thinking. He's just in his own world, I believe. And he's trying to get, some people just so insecure about themselves, and they got to have some type of little spark to make them feel like they're in existence. I mean, but Kanye needs to get in touch with self. He needs to go within and get in touch with himself, and once he do that, he would. Someone tell him he said that, he was like, "Man, I didn't say that," but he just don't know. He just drifting. He don't know what he's doing. He don't know what he's saying. He's just trying to make a name for himself.
And he's also on medication. He even said that himself.
Well, it's delusional. Well, I just wish him well. I hope he learned better, and once he learns better, I hope he'll do better, because what he's saying is just totally ludicrous. I mean, I don't really think he's thinking at all. How could you being beat down like a dog be a choice? Who would make that choice? I'm like, he's not thinking, that's all. You have to pray for the brother.
I think since his mom passed, all of the wisdom that she gave him, shared with him, clothed him with, all of that went out of the window when she passed, and he is just lost. He's seeking a way to find his way back through these outrageous statements that he makes. Hopefully, someone will come to the rescue, so to speak, for lack of a better word, and cuff this brother, as the children say, to help him understand what he's saying and how it affects those who listen to him, who think he's God, just because he said it.
Well, until he comes to himself, until he comes within, until he embrace himself, I mean, and have and get some type of understanding. I just think he needs counseling. That's what I think he needs. Because until he embrace himself and find out, I mean, he's searching on the outside for whatever it is that he's looking for, but everything he needs comes from within. You know, just like a person, just say you put on a really nice suit, and they, oh wow, you look great. Okay, well, before you put on anything else, you have to take that suit off and maybe a wardrobe up again. But it just, like within, people will eat a cheeseburger and then have another cheeseburger and then another. But see, they don't realize you need to detox and digest and get rid of the first two before you start adding on the other. You got to go within. So he's not going within. He's not dealing with himself. He's not embracing what's really going on. He's just listening to other information that others are saying. More than likely, they are Caucasians, and he feel that because he have X amount of dollars, I suppose, he feel that he's the same as the Caucasians. Well, you know how they feel about that. The Caucasians feel about him. Well, you still black. I don't care how much money you got. But he don't realize that because he's in his mindset is from the person that likes him less, but he want to be that person. I never have figured out why you just love someone that totally rejects you. You know, I don't figure that out. I can't figure that out. But like I say, he needs counseling, and I just pray for the brother that he sees the light eventually.
Lionel, you want to comment before we go to commercial break?
Well, yes. Peace be with you, sister. I think the biggest problem is the word voluntary. I think the biggest problem with what he said was the word voluntary. Mm-hmm. But if he had changed that idea to point out the fact that rather than die, rather than continue to be beat and mistreated in a physical sense, have your children sold and all that kind of stuff, the slaves accepted slavery and the rules of slavery and conformed to even making the male children feel timid and to suppress their aggressive tendencies was part of the slave process that the slaves instilled in their children in order for them to survive. But after a couple of generations of that, it became a part of life. So except for the term involuntary, nothing that Kanye said was wrong. The process of slavery is the indoctrination to accept slavery, to live under a master who controls and dictates what you think about what is right and what is wrong. And that's basically where most of us are today. We don't think for ourselves. We don't even have our own names. We don't identify with our native country in any real substantial way. And that's the problem. That's the house Negro. That's not the field slave. That's the house slave. And there was a time when we had a very few house slaves and a whole lot of field slaves. Now we got a whole lot of house slaves and a very few who are really trying to be free.
Well, we've got to free up some time for just a moment. We've got to take a break here. If you're listening to the Female Solution Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks and special guest every first Monday on the Monday Morning Mindfulness. Brother Lionel Abdul Haaque from Community Cultivations. You can join us in the conversation by calling 515-605-9325 and press 1 to speak. And we will take your call. Coming after the 8:30 break will be Sister Viata. Thank you, my sister Chrissy, for calling in. We'll be right back. Stay close.
Are you having challenges with your 2-year-old who has suddenly discovered they have a free will and has learned to tell you no? Are you having challenges with your 8-year-old who has suddenly learned how to tell untruths in order to avoid punishment? Are you having challenges with your 13-year-old who has suddenly realized that they know everything and you know nothing? Parenting is a challenge. Our children are here to learn and grow in understanding so that they can reach their highest creative potential and contribute to a new world of peace and harmony. To do our part as their teachers and protectors takes wisdom, patience, and skill. Join me, Naima Latif, and facilitator Mark Shahid on the Parenting and Family Reconstruction Learning Lab every Thursday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time on American Muslim 360 Blog Talk Radio. Tune in at www.blogtalkradio.com/American Muslim 360. Call in with your questions at 515-605-9891. That's 515-605-9891. Spare the rod. Love the child.
Hi, this is Maika, and I want you to join me every Thursday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And let's talk about it. There are so many interesting things to talk about, and we have many thought-provoking discussions. We have amazing guests on the show, and you'll find real transparency, a really peaceful environment, also a healing environment as we do EFT and other healing modalities to bring ourselves into congruence and balance. It's also a child-friendly environment. And we have an open mic. All you have to do is press 1 to be heard and to say what you have to say. No fear, no fake, real truth. That's what you'll find on my show. Visit our archives at The Female Solution on Blog Talk Radio and listen to past discussions that are intriguing. Call 505-615-9325. Invite a friend and listen in, and I'll see you then on Blog Talk Radio. Let's talk about it with Maika every Thursday.
Hey, my name is Dolphin Norris. I'm with Life Builders United. You can reach us on lifebuildersunited.org. Our theme is to build families, to build community. Our philosophy is on a 4-legged stool of self-sufficiency, and that is build where you live, grow what you eat, sew what you wear, and buy where you own. That ends slavery. Thank you.
We have an opportunity to transform the whole global society in the next 50 years. 50 years from now, the earth will be populated by a new generation of adults, many of whom are yet unborn. Our mission is to nurture them in childhood with love, guidance, and protection, and to raise them in healthy, happy families. If we impart values of compassion, generosity, and respect for fellow human beings in the next generation of children, they will create a world where people can live together in peace. This is our goal. Be a part of the transformation. Get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. Go to www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com.
Welcome back to the Female Solution Monday Morning Mindfulness. Here we go with mindfulness and stress relief session. Today's topic is how the quote that Kanye West made, slavery was a choice. What are your thoughts on that? My special guest today is Brother Lionel Abdul Haaque from Community Cultivations. As we go back to the talk line, press 1 if you are waiting to speak. Dial in at 515-605-9325 or leave your comment or suggestion on my Facebook page, Zelda Speaks, or Twitter and Instagram. We're going to go to my sister Viata, all the way down from Florida, bringing in the sun as she joins us this morning. Grand Rising, Viata.
Grand Rising, my sister. You are the star of the day. And I'm going to be in Chicago this July for the Soulful Chicago Book Fair. Brother Lionel, I'm going to kiss you and hug you. Oh, my goodness, I couldn't believe what I'm hearing after all the crucifixion going on in the media. Brother, you have the ear to hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. You know, I've been thinking about that scripture because watching all the people crucifying Brother Kanye is like, whoa, how come everybody is like not hearing what the Spirit is saying? This is a spiritual message to me. And it's just been interesting to watch all the black people wanting to crucify him, and he's got a problem, and, oh, my goodness, we need to pray for him. Oh, he said, what don't we see this message? To me, anything that gets this widespread of attention is a divine message. It's like another wake-up call for the slaves, the people who are still in mental slavery. But you put it, Brother Lionel, you put it so simply, so eloquently, that even I was like, okay, that's right. But I was already saying, there's definitely some truth to what Kanye's saying, but why are we missing this spiritual message? It's more, when he was repeating 400 years, that's a choice. I'm like, there's a mental aspect that we've missed in his statement. Like Brother Lionel said, this was a choice mentally. At some point, they had programmed these black men and women till they didn't have to put chains on them anymore. It was a choice. You're going to bring in more generations, and 400 years, that's what keeps going on in my mind. That's a long time to be in chains. So the chains dropped physically, but mentally the chains were still there, and they were choosing. So thank you, Brother Lionel. I pray that more and more people will wake up to what Kanye is trying to say, even about Trump. You know, I was wondering what your opinion is on his perspective on the president and politics, because now the Democratic Party is having a fit, because Kanye going to wake some slaves up, and they're going to come out of that Democratic Party, I hope, because that's another slave situation. But anyway, I'd like your opinion on maybe the political side of it, what he's saying, about Trump. Maybe you don't agree with that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, appreciate your comments, sister. Political situation is a whole different, a deeper conversation.
Yeah, because, I know.
I'm looking at this as Armageddon. You know, the grand finale. That we are in a time of the resurrection of the dead. We are in a time of renewal of the life that our Creator intends for us.
Yes.
And this is, like I said, this is the grand finale. We're getting ready to either get real, as the young people say, or we're going to go down with the false world, the imitation of life. The imitation of life that we have been conditioned. Not just black people, but white people too have been in this modern world. And it's time for change. It's time for the truth to set us free.
Yes, yeah. And unfortunately, the Obama era didn't bring that change. I know my people love Obama, but there were some problems with that era that he brought forth. And so, yeah, I totally agree with you. The change is in the air. It's the Spirit is speaking to us loud, but some people do not have an ear, and they're going to crucify anybody who speaks against the system and the way we've been living this life. But, yeah, I like that. Armageddon. It's here, brothers and sisters. You got to wake up and don't crucify the messenger. That I see Kanye as a messenger, but not everybody has that ear or the vision because they're still in mental slavery is how I look at it.
Well, that envelops the whole continent because at some point we're all enslaved and we're slowly trying to dig our way out of it by having the conversations that we're having here on the Female Solution. So thank you so much for calling in and sharing that. We've got only got a few more minutes. We've got a few more callers on the line. Thank you so much, Sister Viata. We have L.A. Davis at 5173. Good morning, L.A. Davis, and we'll have Lois at 4498.
Yeah, real quick. With the Kanye statement, just from my point of view, you have to look at it in context. He didn't put it in any particular context, but a whole bunch of people put their individual filter of a context on it. That's why you have so many polarized, different comments on it. Next thing is, from what I heard, he used the word choice. He didn't use the word volunteer, but a lot of people are taking the word choice and construing it as volunteer. There's a major distinction there. Slavery.
He did say volunteer.
It was a legal description that has really nothing to do. The way I'm looking at his character. Now, when it comes to choice, in this country, the Underground Railroad is a prime example of at least 100,000 black people that were legally classified as slaves that made a choice. I'm gonna get up out of here. You have Gaspar Yaga, who was a slave, but for 30 plus years after he escaped, he went down to Mexico through the Underground Railroad, and now there's a state in Mexico named after him. Queen Nanny, same thing. She and some other slaves made choices in Jamaica. They decided they weren't going to be, slaves anymore. Mother Baltimore in this country, Mother Priscilla Baltimore, what she did was she took the option of working and paying her master back. And that's called, that choice is called a deed of emancipation. Most people don't even use that term. But that was the legal way in various states. They called it certificates of freedom in some states. But what she did was she worked for a deed of emancipation, and she paid for the court costs, she paid her master back, then she paid for the emancipation or the manumission of other slaves, family members. She moved to another state from Missouri to Illinois and started Freedom Village, which today is Brooklyn, Illinois. So it all depends on the context when you use that word choice. And you got to remember, 400 years, nothing was monolithic. Nothing was monolithic. People's situations were different. One person might say, look at it like the game of chess. All right? If I'm on a slave ship, I got a choice. Stay here and stick it out and see what happens tomorrow, or just jump off the ship today. Of course, when you jump off the ship and die, you don't have any more choices to make. So, Underground Railroad, like I said, over 100,000 people use it. So 100,000 people, 100,000 different choices based on individual reasons. So it wasn't a volunteer thing, but they did have choices. And like I say, those are some of the examples. That's my comment.
Thank you so much, Mr. L.A. Davis, for your comment. Let's go to Lois at 4498. Good morning, Grand Rising, Lois. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning to all. Giving honor to God today and to all under the sound of my voice. It's just so good to be alive. And And I'd like everybody to know that God is still answering prayer. And, no one really achieves anything from all of the killings or the unsolved homicides that we have, especially here in Chicago, Illinois. It's a known fact that no one profits from the killings except our undertakers, our hospitals, some of our church politicians. I was noticing that in the Bible it speaks of slavery. It only speaks of slavery twice. Once in Jeremiah, 2nd chapter, 14th verse, and again in Revelations, the 18th chapter, the 13th verse. But yet, when a servant is hired without pay, they're considered a slave automatically. So we're all still slaves in some respect. It's how we look at it. We're paying taxes. It speaks in the Bible about taxes. Some of us are being, slaves as far as paying taxes are concerned. It's really something.
Yeah.
So I'm just enjoying conversation, and thank you all so much for this time, and God bless you.
God bless you too, and thank you so much. Let's take our last caller of the day, Mama AZ. Thank you for joining us this morning on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution. Thank you for joining in. Your comment or thoughts on the subject of Kanye West and slavery was a choice until she comes on. Lionel, did you want to say something on that?
It's just the same idea. Again, the women's movement, the same thing. He did use the term volunteer. Volunteer. He even related to the idea of give me liberty or give me death. In the sense that some people chose position, and that they voluntarily accepted slavery rather than to die. So it's an issue that is connected to the exploitation of human beings. Man's inhumanity to man is connected to the processes of slavery, and the economic benefits that come from it was a choice that was made in order to justify doing it.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Mama Z. Go ahead.
Yes, this is another show, and thank God for Kanye, the creator, for his statement. Because whether he knows it or not, he's on point. And it's not only Caucasian thinking, that says it was a choice. When we come to this planet, we come as lessons to learn that we've agreed to be a part of. And whether people took it that way, whether Kanye meant it that way, I took it that way, and many other people who are melanated understand that when we come to this life, it is a choice. We choose our race. We choose if we're going to be male or female, for the lessons for our souls. So look up Dolores Cannon, everybody. I posted it on my Facebook page, and that's my comment. We can go on and on and on, but you know how I think about this subject, and I give thumbs up to Kanye. He got a lot of people talking, and it's not just Caucasian thinking. Thank us. I hope.
Thank you, Mama Z, for your comment. And Dolores Cannon, I Googled her, and it says she is a past life regressionist and hypnotherapist who specializes in the recovery and cataloging of lost knowledge. She teaches her unique technique of hypnosis all over the world and has been doing this since 1979. So what you're saying is that Kanye is simply revealing to us some of his ideas from another thought, from another life. That's a possibility. Lionel, I'd like you to close out today. We've only got a few minutes here, and give us your closing thoughts on today's subject.
First of all, I want to apologize for not getting in on time. I crashed just a little bit before the show started and just woke up. But this is a discussion that we haven't had. The issue of race has not been dealt with thoroughly or convincingly because we're still under the miseducation. We're still being miseducated, all of us, not just African American people, but everybody. And we need to get real, as the young people say, and recognize, as the young people say, that this is what's going on. And we have to reevaluate sincerely, do some soul searching, and get into some serious discussions about where we're going in this 21st century.
Well, that just wraps up the direction in which this country and other continents and countries on the planet are headed is in a direction that we may not be wanting to go. But because of the choices that we have made, we are headed in that direction regardless of what we say, do, and think. That's why we here at the Female Solution try to make a difference in the quality of life of our listeners who want something different and want some insight into how to do that. So I invite you to continue to listen to the Female Solution throughout the week. Tomorrow morning and Wednesday morning, our executive producer, Naima Latif, will be on discussing issues that concern the human race. And on Thursday, Sister Maisha, Let's Talk About It, will be on. And Friday, Soul Purpose Healing with my sister Viata. Saturday, Be Love with Women Entrepreneurs International. And on Sunday, Wanda Carter, Woman to Woman. Thank you, our listening audience. And thank you, Lionel, for being a dedicated host and showing up. You're always at the right place at the right time. And thank you for allowing the Spirit to speak through you to give us the messages that we so need to help us to carry us forth in this experience that we call life in this body that we have. And next week we will be doing more Monday morning mindfulness, so be sure and join in from 7 until 9 a.m. We promise you to have stimulating and mindful conversation. If you'd like to contact me during the week, please do so. Zelda at zeldaspeaks.com, or go to the website zeldaspeaks.com. And remember, if you're looking to earn extra income or do something or make a difference in the community, there's information there as well. And for more of the mindfulness meditations, you can always go to my YouTube page, Zelda Speaks Mindfulness, and you'll get a list of exercises there as well as testimonials of people who have benefited from it. So stay on purpose, stay empowered, stay tuned to your next Monday morning mindfulness right here on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution. Have a miracle-minded day, and thanks for listening.
Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.